மேடை கச்சேரியில ரொம்ப நேரம் நின்னா மூட்டு வலி பயங்கரமா இருக்கு. அந்த நேரத்துல என்ன காப்பாத்துற ஒரே ஒரு ஆயில் பச்சை இலை ஆர்த்தோ ஆயில் நான் யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். நீங்க பச்சை இலை ஆர்த்தோ ஆயில்.
சப்போஸ் இஃப் ஆக்டர் கம் அப் வித் an ஐடியா, ஓகே, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலாக அந்த ஆக்டர் வந்து அந்த கேரக்டர் ஆயிட்டான்னு அர்த்தம். ஹி பிகம் தட் கேரக்டர். நான் யானைக்கு அடி சேர்க்கும் அப்படின்னு ஒன்று சொல்கிறேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. யானைக்கு அடி சேர்க்குங்கிறது வந்து இப்போ இங்கே நம்ம ஊருக்கு சொல்லிக்கலாம், அந்த ஊர் அது இருக்கா சொல்லலாமா? யானைக்கு அடி சேர்க்குன்னா உண்மையான காரணம் வந்து யானைக்கும் அடித்தா வலிக்கும், அதுதான் அதோட இது. ஸோ இதை சொன்னால் அவங்க கனெக்ட் ஆவாங்களா? ஜவானில் ஒரு டைலாக் எழுதணும், பட் அது இப்போ வந்து ஒரு டைலாக் எழுதும்போது தமிழில் நல்லாயிருக்கும், அப்படியே நில்லு வந்து காய் பறிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு இருந்தது. ஓகே, அது டைமிங்கில் வந்தது, பட் அதை அப்படியே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ண முடியாது.
Take a break, then come back and then again to the sets and with the same intensity வந்து திருப்பி அந்த ஸ்டோரியை கண்டினியூ பண்ணுறதுங்கிறது வந்து எவ்வளோ டிஃபிகல்ட்டாக இருந்தது சேது? What was the...
So after how many years we are meeting?
I think 1.5 years.
But you felt the same energy with me? Same way, that's all.
Thank you for talking to us. We just witnessed 2 wonderful trailers, and I think both are fascinating trailers in their own right. We have a lot of questions, obviously, because they're 2 different. For the first time, I think we're coming across one film having 2 different trailers and both finely cut. So I'll start off with director Sriram sir. Sriram sir, it's a very unique idea, having 2 different trailers, and both having 2 different teams. 2 teams have worked on it, and both of them have come up with their own way of presenting the film. How did you actually come across this idea? How did it strike you in the first place?
No, this idea, like I said, was always because I was just against the thing of we have worked very hard, so I didn't want it to look like one dubbed film kind of thing. So the idea of going to 2 different people and sort of showing them the film, we showed them the film, both of them separately, and each one came up with their own imagination and how this film should be presented. So
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you short there because I have a question right there. I'm kind of curious, if you have 2 different teams working on the same film, how did this concept, what was the spark that actually sparked off the story? Where did that spark come from, and what was it all about?
No, the story is based on a source material which I will reveal when the film is out, because I don't want it to. I mean, it's a French story, and I don't want to put it down because today, what happens? People find out and then some people enjoy spoilers. I don't.
Okay.
When I watch a film, I would rather watch it without even reading a review, because I make a sense of, do I want to watch this based on the promos? I read the reviews after I watch the film, So, whereas the reviews sometimes give away too much of the story and so on. So, the idea was basically, I don't know, there was no great brainwave on that. I just was very sure about that. Okay, I want 2 different posters, 2 different trailers, even the logos are different. If you notice
I did.
Yeah.
And sir, I'm going to come back again to the inspiration behind the story. Is Merry Christmas making a point, and do both versions make the same point?
Yes, both versions make the same point. So
if you can generically give us something on what the point is that Merry Christmas is looking to make.
I mean, basically, it's a very Christmas film. I wish we had come out on Christmas. I mean, it's about sin, it's about redemption, it's about sacrifice, it's about and all these things happen only when there's a crime or various crimes, only when there is a crime that is committed that there's something, so you can redeem yourself or you can do all that. So it's a very Christmassy thought in that sense.
Fair enough. Ma'am, I think I'm going to come to you next. I think you play Maria, a character called Maria in this film, and Sethu sir plays Albert. So, how much of Maria? How was Katrina Kaif? How was Katrina Kaif able to relate to Maria? And what was the difficult part about playing Maria, if at all there was any difficulty in playing the character?
No, definitely it was a very challenging character, and as an actor, I don't find that I need to relate to the character. I need to understand the character, and then I need to show that mindset and that state of mind. So, I think the first step for me was to understand the mindset of Maria's character, why she was the way she was, what was she thinking, and what was she going through. And that is a different girl, right? Katrina, as the person I am, has had a very different life, a very different upbringing, a very different perspective on life. So in fact, for this film and for characters like this, I really make sure there's a clear distinction. Of course, your soul will always show, right? That is always there with you. You can't separate yourself. But the understanding of Maria's character came from a lot of discussion, a lot of workshops, and a lot of questions to Sriram sir, and a lot of open discussions.
Fair enough. So you said workshops. Could you throw some more light on the kind of workshops that were held, the duration of the workshops, and
So besides the work that I do on my own before I come on set, which is important for me to prepare for whichever role I'm doing, we had our maybe 4 to 5 days of rehearsal on the set before we started the shoot. So we were just basically performing the scenes, exploring the scenes on the actual set without the camera rolling for, I would say, a good few days before the shoot. And I think that kind of gave everyone a good way to ease into the shoot.
shooting for one film is quite difficult by itself. Working on 2 different films in 2 different languages is going to be.
Let me make more detail. 2 different films of this nature. You know, if you're, for example, let's say shooting Tiger, and the same film, Tiger, but in 2 languages, I would still say I would find that very enjoyable. This is a film which is very dialogue heavy, and it's very intimate. You know, there's no big action sequences or this or something that is there to kind of carry it through.
What you're looking for is intensity. That are just.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's also a very intense film. I think you've said that rightly. It's a very intense film. So to perform this particular film in Hindi was extremely, as it is, it took a lot out of you. It was very draining. Like, you know, it took a lot from you as an experience, from me. And then when that got over to the knowledge to do it again in Tamil was very challenging. Yeah.
சரி, நீங்க வந்து தமிழ் படங்கள்ல உங்களுக்கு கதை புரியறது மட்டும் இல்லாம உங்க இயக்குனர் என்ன தேடுறாருங்கிறத ரொம்ப தெளிவா புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு அதுக்கு டெலிவர் பண்ற ஒரு நபர். Forgive me, I'm talking to him in Tamil because we know each other well, and you know it becomes easier for us. இந்த படத்துல இவர் வந்து ஸ்ரீராம் சார் வந்து has this habit of giving his artists a free hand. உங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த மாதிரி ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட் கொடுக்கும்பொழுது தெளிவாக வந்து நீங்கள் டிசைட் பண்ணுறது தான் நீங்கள் வந்து போர்ட்ரே பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு ஒருத்தர் சொல்லும்பொழுது அது எவ்வளோ சேலஞ்சிங்காக இருந்தது சேது? இது இந்த பர்டிகுலர் கேரக்டர் ஆல்பர்ட்டுங்கிற கதாபாத்திரத்தை ப்ளே பண்ணுறதுல என்ன கஷ்டம், என்ன என்ஜாய் பண்ணி?
எந்த டேரக்டரும் மூலம் ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட்லாம் கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க சார், அதில் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. அதாவது எப்படின்னா அதை பற்றின ஐடியா சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸ்ரீராம் சார் பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் நீ என்ன பண்ணுறீங்க, அதை பற்றி உங்களோட தாட் ப்ராசஸ் என்னன்னு கேட்குறாரு. ஸோ அதோட பேக் ஸ்டோரியாக இருக்கலாம், அவன் எப்படிப்பட்ட கேரக்டராக இருக்கலாம், அவன் என்னென்ன பண்ணலாம், சும்மா உங்களோட அது ரொம்ப ஆரோக்கியமான ஒரு டிஸ்கஷன் வச்சுக்கோங்களேன் அது. ஸோ அது வந்து என்ன ஆகுனா அது ஒரு பெரிய பெனிஃபிட் என்ன இருக்குன்னா, ஸோ சப்போஸ் இஃப் ஆக்டர் கம் அப் வித் அன் ஐடியா, ஓகே, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலாக அந்த ஆக்டர் வந்து அந்த கேரக்டர் ஆயிட்டான்னு அர்த்தம். ஹி பிகம் தட் கேரக்டர். சப்போஸ் வாட் எவர் இட் மே பி, இஃப் an actor come up with an idea, so which means he understood the character somewhere. ஸோ அது வந்து ரொம்ப 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 ஒரு அழகான விஷயம் அது. ஸோ அப்புறம் எந்த டைரக்டருமே உங்களை வந்து அப்படி அலோவ் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. ஏன்னா அவங்க விஷனுக்கு அப்ரோச் பண்ணுறதுக்கு எவ்ரிபடி தேர் ஓன் ஸ்டைல், அவங்ககிட்ட ஒரு ஸ்டைல் இருக்குது. அந்த ஸ்டைலில் அவரை அப்ரோச் பண்ணும்போது உங்ககிட்ட கொடுக்குற, ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த சீன், ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஆர் அன் ஆல்பர்ட் வாட் யூ வில் டூ, சப்போஸ் இஃப் திஸ் இஸ் த சீன், ஸோ சப்போஸ் இஃப் யூ வாண்ட், ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஓகே, யூ திங்க் லைக் சப்போஸ் இஃப் சம்திங் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி ஆப்போசிட் சைட், அப்படி போனால் எப்படி வருது, இதோட மொத்தமாக இதுவாக வந்தால் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு கேட்பாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி உங்கள் பிரெயினில் இருக்கிற அந்த ஐடியாஸை ஷட்டில் பண்ணி பார்க்குறது வந்து அவருக்கு ஒரு இருக்கு. ஏன்னா அவர் ஏதாவது ஒரு ஐடியாஸ் சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணால் அவருக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். அவர் அதை எதிர்பார்ப்பார், அது அவர் தேடிக்கிட்டே இருப்பார். படம் முடிஞ்சு போஸ்ட் ப்ரொடக்ஷன்லையும் சரி, ஹீ ஸ்டில் சர்ச் ஃபார் சம். அவர்கிட்ட வந்து idea is something like which is there a long distance and out of focus. So until you see it very clearly, you bring it closely, அது வந்து ஒரு டைம் இருக்குது. ஓகே, he still search for it. அது அவர்கிட்ட எப்பவுமே தேடிட்டு, that's what's you know.
I'm coming to you, sir. When you keep constantly searching, does it not tire you? Because this process that when you have a clear vision and making a film,
I think that's his habit. அது அவரோட ஹேபிட் தான் நான் நினைக்கிறேன்.
I mean, it's like that, you have a story, you relate to the story, you like the story. Now, when I first do my first version of it, I try to, just put it down, Now, obviously, every scene, there can be 5 or 6 different ways of presenting that scene. So, and sometimes you know this is right, and so you are sticking with it. Sometimes you know, okay, this is okay, but there is still something more you can do. So, till the day it is short, I have got that time. So, I never have that bound script concept, you know. She used to get little, give me the scene 10 days in advance. I said, here's the basic scene, it's there. It will not change. I mean, suddenly I'm not going to change everything. But in that scene, there will be only improvements according to us, what we feel is going to improve the film. Not to torture anybody on the set. Okay, last minute, okay, I've changed it now. Not a school. No? It's a school, but it's not like an exam.
Sir, having watched both versions, and I'm thinking that both versions are quite different from each other, but the story is the same. Which version did you personally enjoy? Because while watching the trailers, I found the Hindi trailer to be better than the Tamil trailer, and that's my choice. Likewise, I'm pretty sure you would have actually, you would have a favorite amongst the two.
No, for me, it's like, I mean, I don't have kids. I'm not married. I'm single. But it's like having twins. So I can't say this one is, more and less. I like both of them. And since the Hindi trailer came first, I was happy with the Hindi trailer as it came. When the Tamil trailer came, I was hoping that it will not be something similar. Okay, instead of this shot, they put that shot, but it's more or less the same sort of presentation. So when the Tamil trailer came, I was very, very happy actually. My whole team, he said, okay, it's so different and so nice. And when I go to YouTube and see all the comments, a lot of people like the Tamil trailer there. In Hindi, they like the Tamil trailer. And here, a lot of people like the Hindi trailer. So it's like, I think both the kids are okay.
I did the same thing. I went and went through the comments for for both your trailers, and all of them seem to have expectations from each one of you. மூணு பேர் கிட்ட இருந்துமே வந்து பெரிய expectations இருக்கு. Vijay Sethupathy sir from the north, and the people say that we are eagerly looking forward to someone who's performed exceptionally well over here in Tamil coming down to the north. Down south fans are waiting for Katrina to kind of come into a Tamil film, so they're excited about it. And Sriram sir, we've been waiting right from Andadun, the moment we watched it. So all the fans seem to have huge expectations. Is that actually sending butterflies, making butterflies go around?
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing they have expectations, and we hope to fulfill them. The only thing I want to say is because Andadun is a film which is like twists and turns all the time. It's like a riot of a festival of twists almost. So this one is not. This is much more sort of it's a slow burn kind of a film, and it's got a certain. It slowly starts building up. So there's a lot of anticipation. Okay, now what? Now something's going to happen. So it's a different approach. I mean, for me, if I had done the same Andadun kind of thing, I think it would have been. I would have. It would have sort of. It would have been bad for me actually to find a story like that. Which is like. In fact, there was a story, Monica, oh my darling, which I was supposed to do. But I felt it was like in that zone. So I said, no, I should not do this now, So I gave it to somebody else.
So you're known for your humorous sequences, dark humor, dark comedies. Does Merry Christmas also have that humor element in it?
See, I never go for, okay, let me make it funny or let me make it humorous and so on. There is, of course, there is a certain thanks to him. He comes up with some mad stuff sometimes, and I say, oh, how come I didn't think of that? There are many things you will find in the movie which almost as the movie may say, okay, was this looks like a Vijay's suggestion kind of a thing. There are a lot of things like that. This also got a strong sort of undercurrent of romance, which my other films have probably not had. So
Comedy Vijay, timing ரொம்ப முக்கியம். If you miss the timing, the comedy goes for a toss. When you are working in your own mother tongue, timing is not a problem. You know the language, you know what the emotion is, you experience it, and therefore you get it right. In fact, your co-artist also gives you an equally good cue, and then you can pick it up. But while working on a language, for you in Hindi and for you in Tamil, I presume, so comedy in a language in which you're not very comfortable, how difficult was that?
God, there are different kinds of.
I'm grateful that it's not a comedy film.
Let's talk about the comedy. As you said, comedy is based on timing. So there are different kinds of comedies there. Sometimes you depend on a language, not always.
Okay.
So comedy is especially on timing. So that timing it may work in just for look,
Okay.
small behavior, sometimes a small accident.
Okay.
Something. There are many ways to explain.
So language is not necessary.
Language is to communicate, but ideas doesn't have a language.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I want to incorporate one idea. ஒரு சீனில் ஒரு ஐடியா போட வரும்னா I can work in any language. Then I can go and tell, I want to communicate this idea. And then is it sounds good in your language? So suppose உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு பழமொழி இருக்குது, அந்த பழமொழி நீங்கள் சொல்ல விரும்புகிறீங்க. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பழமொழி, தமிழில் ஒரு பழமொழி இருக்குங்க, எனக்கு இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு பழமொழி சொல்லலாம்னு தோணுது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறீங்க. ஸோ அந்த பழமொழி வந்து அவங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த 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 லேண்ட்ஸ்கேப்க்கு அது ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகாத இருக்கலாம். இப்போ நான் யானைக்கு அடி செருக்கும் அப்படின்னு ஒன்று சொல்கிறேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. யானைக்கு அடி செருக்குங்கிறது வந்து இப்போ இங்கே நம்ம ஊருக்கு சொல்லிக்கலாம், அந்த ஊர் அது இருக்கா, சொல்லலாமா? யானைக்கு அடி செருக்குன்னா உண்மையான காரணம் வந்து யானைக்கும் அடித்தா வலிக்கும், அதுதான் அதோட இது. ஸோ இதை சொன்னால் அவங்க கனெக்ட் ஆவாங்களா அப்படின்னு ஒரு கணக்கு இருக்குது. ஸோ அதனால் அந்த மாதிரி விஷயத்தை கேட்டுட்டு அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்கள். இப்போ நான் ஜவானில் ஒரு டயலாக் எழுதணும், பட் அது இப்போ வந்து ஒரு டயலாக் எழுதும்போது தமிழில் நல்லாயிருக்கும், அப்படியே நில்லு வந்து காய் பறிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு இருந்தது. ஓகே, அது டைமிங்கில் வந்தது. பட் அதை அப்படியே ட்ரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ண முடியாது. அதை அப்படியே ட்ரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ண முடியாது. அப்போ நாங்கள் அதுக்கு வேறோட டயலாக் பிடிச்சோம், ஒன்று வேறோட பிடிங்கி எறிகிறேன் அப்படின்னு போடும்போது தான் உட்காரு. அந்த இடத்துல அது இல்லை, பட் அந்த சீனாக இல்லை, அதனால் என்னால் அது இப்போ சொல்ல முடியுது. வேறு இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய இடத்துல நம்ம வந்து வெறும் ஐடியாஸ், வென் யூ கேன் கம் அப் வித் ஐடியாஸ். அது ஐடியாஸ் வந்து யூ கேன் ஒர்க் ஆன் எனி லாங்குவேஜ், அதுக்கு தேவையில்லை. ஒன்ஸ் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் த ஸ்டோரி and then that region and the people, especially the region, so those who you can work with the people who know well about that language, who know the language very well, then it's not a problem.
Fair enough. Sir, I think when this film was shot over a long duration. In fact, I think COVID played a root part. In fact, it came and it interrupted filming as well in between. And so I'm sorry, the question is to Katrina and to Sethu. How difficult was it to kind of, to take a break, then come back and then, again to the sets and with the same intensity when the trippy and the story continue பண்றதுங்கிறது வந்து எவ்வளவு டிஃபிகல்ட்டா இருந்தது சேது? What was the...
So after how many years we are meeting?
I think 1.5 years.
But you felt the same energy with me? Same way, that's all. Same way. So it's like, we see, I work with Katrina and then I work with Shyam sir. Suppose if after release, we'll busy with our own work, right? So we are meeting after a few years, few months, suppose in some other film. But we have the same energy already we shared, right? It is always there. So you don't need to tell your mind, okay, now we have come this set, you have to do this. No, it's not like that. Your mind is so beautiful and so big. It has a very good quality. It automatically switches. So I meet my mother, okay, I'm meeting my mother. I don't tell my mind that I'm meeting my mother now. சொல்ல வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லைல்ல. என் நண்பரை சந்திக்கிறேன், என்னோட கார் இது, இன்னொருத்தரோட கார் இது, என்னோட ஊர், இன்னொருத்தர் ஊர், அதெல்லாம் எப்படி வளர்த்துன்னா அது ஏற்கனவே உங்களுக்கு இருக்குது, அதோட வைப்ஸ் இருக்குது. அதனால் அது தன்னால் இப்போ அது எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிடும்.
So you had two different sets of writers. One team working in Tamil and one team working in Hindi.
Yeah.
Adukku you gave the common blueprint for both teams and both of them worked simultaneously?
Yeah, see, one was my team, which was the Hindi team. We were working on things. When I met the Tamil team, I told them, this is my script, my version. Now you are free to change some things. You are free to change something because we have still not shot those portions. So please, if you feel this is sort of maybe not suiting the idiom, you can do something and so on. So it was very interesting because they gave me a couple of beautiful ideas. So immediately I went back to my Hindi team and said, this is such a nice, I thought, because maybe my scene would have been a little somber, but they did something which is more fun, Then you get tempted to take the fun part and put it there. This used to sometimes, because I had collaborators also, no, because everybody is like, but I am not like that, I am like, I mean, to the last moment, this is a better scene, I'll go with that, So there used to be a little bit of sometimes, our scene has just suddenly been kept aside to the other scene. Of course, no, other scene, you have to now build on that, So it was a lot of osmosis going on.
You said that your mother lives here, lived near Chennai for quite some time, and then after that Madurai. Ippo now she's moved to Madurai. How was her reaction to the fact that you're doing a Tamil film and she watches your...
And she was very happy. She said that all the staff in the school will be very happy and they were excited to go and see the film.
And she speaks Tamil and
it's very basic, but she actually teaches, it's a Hindi, it's an English medium school. So she's actually teaching English it's an English medium school for the local children in Uslampati.
Uslampati.
Okay, you've been to the place?
Yes, many times.
Anything that you like about Usilampatti and Tamil Nadu in particular? I'm sorry, I'm digressing, but I think I'll take 2 minutes of that.
Well, I mean, particularly about the place, I think it's genuinely. I mean, when you get time, do see the. It's called Mountain View School. Do see the social page. It's genuinely an incredible project that she's built, an incredible place that she has built from the ground up, literally from the ground up. There was nothing there, and I have visited a lot of in the surrounding areas, some of the schools which, you know, you would love to see the standard that we have, that mom has been able to bring into that school. And I think that's wonderful for the local community. And you can see the love when you go there from, you know, all the surrounding community, the parents who are bringing their kids to a school which is really really wonderful.
Sethu, I think I've run out of questions for all of you because I think you answered the same questions. I don't want to pose the same questions again to you and bore you. But thank you so much for a lovely interview. Lasha.